Hey guys, Tim here from TC Automation. I wanted to talk to you today about my new M-List MIDI foot switch, why I designed this, and how I think this could be beneficial to you. Now, I actually designed this pedal thinking about the solo artist who was using a looper, although I do think it could be beneficial for any musician really. But a couple years ago, I bought an RC500, Boss RC500 looper. And as you may know, that is not really a beginner's looper. It's got a lot of advanced features. So after watching quite a few videos about it and realizing all the different things that you could do to enhance your performance while you were using it, I thought, wow, this could really be a lot to manage. You're splitting your brain in parts so you can focus on singing and playing the guitar, and now you're controlling your looper. And if you want to take advantage of all the many features that come in a looper such as the RC500, then wow, that could be a challenge. So the M-List takes a different approach to controlling your equipment using only one push button to send your MIDI commands. So you might be thinking, can it send more than one command? Of course, yes it can. And the way it does this is that you actually program lists of MIDI commands into the unit. Each list of MIDI commands is essentially thought of as a song, so you can name it and give it the name of the song, of course. And then after you have your songs programmed in here, which it stores 100 songs by the way, and also 20 sets, you can program sets that contain your songs that you're going to be performing. And when you load a set into the unit, it automatically loads the first song. And then you can just keep your foot positioned right over the switch. You don't have to think anymore about having to make sure that you're pressing the right button on your MIDI controller. You'd normally be doing a tap dance on your MIDI controller, just while you're focusing on these other aspects of your performance to try to pull the whole thing off. So I thought that something like this would be beneficial to you and could help you in that regard. So let me show you how it works. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so as you can see, there are 3 push buttons on the top of the M-List, but only the one labeled main. That's the one that sends MIDI commands. The other 2, reverse and forward, they allow you to skip forward and backwards through events when a song is queued up. So if you wanted to skip an event and you didn't want to send it, or if you wanted to go back and hit another one again, you could do that. There's also the rotary encoder. That's used for programming the unit. No computer is necessary. Now on the end of the unit, you can see there's a foot switch output jack there. So there's 2 relays inside the unit, and it can basically serve as a standard foot switch with 2 channels to stereo output jack. That works great with the RC500 because you can just cable that over as well. You can program those events into a song as well. There's 2 MIDI out jacks. Both of those are driven from separate transistors, so you can use both of those ports at the same time. And the unit is powered by 12 volts. There are 12 volt relays inside that provide that foot switch function. So if you ran the thing on your pedal board 9 volt supply, the unit would work. Although I don't know if those relays, I think they probably would work, but there may not be enough juice. If you don't need those foot switch outputs, then you can certainly power the unit up with your pedal board power supply. You would just need to flip the polarity, and that's all. So here's a look at the menu. It starts off with cue a song, cue a set, cue a static command, create a song, create a set, review a song, review a set, delete a song, delete a set, edit a song, edit a set, add a library command, view library command, edit commands, delete commands, create command packs. Now command packs are a collection of individual commands up to 8, so you can send up to 8 MIDI commands with a single press, and you would program those into what's called the command pack. And then you can rename command packs to make the name more meaningful. A default name is applied when you create the command pack 1, command pack 2, command pack 3, and so forth. But anyway, that allows you to send up multiple commands with one foot switch press. You can review command packs, you can delete command packs, you can rename them. Now, custom extras, I'll explain that a little bit later. That's pretty cool. And status, software version, and we're back at the beginning of the rotation. Status allows you to see how many different songs you have, how many different sets, how many different command packs, and how many overall commands are programmed into the library of commands. So when you start out, you have to program the individual commands that you will be using for your performance. So you would run down here to add a library command. Now obviously you would need to refer to the device manual of the component that you want to control. But let's just make something up for the sake of demonstration. Now the first thing that you're going to do when you add a command, or when you create a song, or when you create a set, is that you need to create a name for that command or song or set. So you have up to 20 characters. The name can be up to 20 characters long, and this is how you do it. Now, there's a timer that starts the moment that you enter this screen. And if you let it expire, you'll get this continue prompt down here. So once you get the hang of how to do this, you'll be moving fairly quickly through this process. And I seriously doubt that it will time out like that to come up. But so when this happens, you would just press enter to continue editing the name, right? Entering. So you're going to scroll to whatever character, and there's space characters located in between here, like every so often. And back before the A, you have your numbers, and then before that you have some special characters. So let's say that we wanted to name a command, and it was going to be let's say it was going to be crunch rhythm, right? You'd press the button when you get to the letter, and then you would just run down to whatever the next letter is. Looking for a space. There we go. So crunch rhythm. Let's see, THM. All right, now I want it to time out because I'm done with the name. So there we are. Now you can spin the control, and you're going to see I'm finished, or I can backspace, or I can cancel the operation. So we're going to say I'm finished. Now, what is this going to do? Program change, or it could be a control change, or it could be a note on, or a note off, or it could be a switch output 1 function, or a switch output 2 function. Let's say it's going to be a program change, and we're going to enter the channel number, the MIDI channel number of the device that you're controlling. So let's say you're using channel number 3, and then you're going to enter the value. Since this is a program change, this is all we need is, what program are you going to? Now, most of the time, well, I don't know if it's most of the time, but many times, guitar effect processors will start with the number 1, and you might have, 1 through 99, or maybe it's 1 through 100, or 127, or whatever it is. But if you want to go to program 3, most MIDI commands start with a 0. So 0 would actually correlate to your program of 1. So whatever program you want to go to, let's say it's 5 in your Guitar Effects processor, you would take that 5 and you'd minus 1. So you'd want to set this to actually 4, and that would be program 5 on your device. And you're done. And then you can review that command that we just entered by going to View Library Commands. Now I have quite a variety of stuff in here, but let's see. It's probably going to be towards the end, so let's see. There we are, Crunch Rhythm, and that's the command that we just created. Now the next thing you might want to do is you might want to create a song. So we would come down here to create a song after you have all your MIDI commands entered into the device. So let's say the name of the song is going to be, I don't know, I'll just make something up. Maybe it's going to be Rain Song. Looking for a space. Let's see. Okay. I'm finished. Quick and easy. Now, you have a choice here. Do you want to add a single command or a command pack? This is how you get multiple commands with one press of the foot switch, is via a command pack. So we're going to just do a single command. And now we get to choose the command. So it's showing us commands from the library right now. So whatever, the first function might be, and these are switch outputs, right? 1 and 2. But your commands will vary, of course, depending on what you've done. So let's just say we wanted to put Katana Effects on as our first command. We would just put that in there. It confirms that you've written one command. And then now you can either add the next command or you can exit because you're finished. So assuming you want to add another command, single command, choose the command, and maybe it's going to be clean tone. You hit that and you just repeat that process over and over again until your song is complete. You can have up to 127 commands in a given song. So I'm going to exit. Creating a set is also very simple. You would just navigate to create a set. You're going to create a name for the set. Let's say it's I need a space. Okay, pop songs. Let's say pop songs. Let's see. Maybe it's going to be pop songs, and there's a space. Maybe it's going to be pop songs 1. Let it time out. I'm finished. Now you're going to choose your songs, right? So let's say Over the Rainbow, and then let's say we're going to do Rain. And then let's see, maybe it's going to be Gladiator Day. Oh, Highway to Hell to say goodbye. Perfect. Maybe I've got just a short set. Okay, so the way you exit out of here is on the last song that you entered, you just press the button twice. When it sees that you have hit the same song twice, which normally would not occur in a set, right? That's how you exit out. And that's how you create a set. Now when you want to cue a set, you just move over to cue a set, hit that, and then you're going to select the set that you want to cue. Hey, there it is, Pop Songs 1. Loading the first song, Over the Rainbow. Now your indicator lights up yellow to indicate that you're cued and you're ready to rock and roll. Now note test is actually the first event in this song because Over the Rainbow is just a test song that I threw together. So with the forward and reverse switches, you can scroll through this list if you wanted to skip a command or go back and hit a previous command. But normally the way this works is you would step on the main switch and it sends the command. Now these lights, it lights up white when you send a Midi command, and you can see that we're working our way through through the list of events, 5 of 8, so there's a total of 8 events in this particular song. Start loop is actually a foot switch command, so that lights up red. But when you get to the last event and you hit it, it shows you're at the end like this, and then one more step on the switch, and then it loads the next song in the set so that you don't have to do anything in between. So that's the beauty of it, making your performance easier, simplifying your struggle on stage. That's what this device is all about.